going to talk about magic. This goblin whiz wishes to cast a spell at the Basilean crossbowman. The goblin whiz has access to two spells as standard, either stun, which is a short action, or zap, which is also a short action. He chooses to cast zap, which has a range of 12 inches and is clearly in range in this setup. That allows him to roll 3d8 against his range stat of 5+. So he has a reasonable chance of zapping the Basilean crossbowman. However, many spells also have a boosted version, which you can choose to use at some additional cost, either in power or in a longer action. In the case of zap, if I use the boosted version, it will be a long action, and that's what the Goblin Whiz will do. The benefits of this are that he gains piercing 1 to any damage rolls. So the Goblin Whiz will roll 3d8 on a 5+. Incidentally, would still gain the bonus for a clear shot if that had been the case. There is a single success. The Basilean crossbowman now rolls 1d8 to survive against his armour roll for that hit. Now his armour is normally 6+. However, the obstacle allows him to go to 5+, but the piercing 1 from the boosted zap spell takes it back to 6+. The Basilean manages to roll 6+ and therefore does not take damage. The Goblin Whiz is disappointed in this and therefore chooses to fatigue himself to perform another short action. He performs another cast action. Now normally you cannot repeat the same type of action, but with spells, as long as you have a different spell, you may. So instead of performing his zap, he will now perform a stun. This is a 2d8 range 12 attack. Now, to do the stun, it's a 2d8 roll against the shoot stat of the whiz, which is a 5. He scores a single success. Now, because it is stun, it will not do any damage if it's successful, but will instead fatigue the target model. In this case, the crossbowman still rolls against his armour of 6+ normally, but because of the obstacle that goes to 5+, but fails to block the stun, and therefore the Basilean crossbowman is also marked as fatigued. Being fatigued is actually very beneficial for the Goblin Whiz here, because the Basilean crossbowman, if he starts his activation as fatigued, will only be able to perform one short action. Because the crossbow has the reload keyword, it means that a shoot with a crossbow is actually a long action, so therefore this crossbowman will not be able to shoot his crossbow at the whiz.